Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about salt and your salt consumption. A few facts first of all about salt. Salt is 40% sodium and 60% chloride. Don't want you to get bogged down with this bit, but bear with me. Salt maintains the body's fluid and it helps your muscle and nerve function. Foods in their natural state have very little salt, but without adding any extra salt all day to your food, you get 75% of the salt you need from bread, breakfast cereal, and ready meals.
So you don't need to add very much at all to anything. Again, start listening to your palate and what foods you feel are salty.
The recommended daily allowance for adults is actually just 6 grams. A diet that's high in salt can cause raised blood pressure, which is around a third of the adults in the UK already have. It's the silent killer. It has no symptoms, but if you have it, you're more likely to develop heart disease or have a stroke.
It's something that you should get checked regularly with the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, blood pressure is just 120 on 80. Anything over that is high. What does that mean, Julian?
Well, to be honest, I think that it's quite frustrating sometimes. You go to your doctor and he'll take your blood pressure and he writes something down. I think it's important that you speak to your doctor and ask him to explain it to you. It's basically the pressure of the blood pump going through your arteries and the pressure that it has on the walls of your arteries. So it's pretty straightforward, but using big words like systolic, diastolic, I know for a lot of people you'll just zone out. Next time you go to the doctor, get him to write it down for you, exactly what your pressure is, and to explain the systolic and diastolic, and he will be more than happy to. You know, it's good. I think doctors like to see people take an interest in their own health.
Foods that are high in salt are things like potato chips, salted crackers, stock cubes and gravy granules, blue Parmesan feta cottage cheese, pickled vegetables, ham, salami, corned beef, bacon, baked beans, smoked fish, anchovies, salted nuts, soya sauce, canned soup, and the big one, fast foods, which we'll talk a wee bit more about later.
Some of those are quite surprising, like the cottage cheese and also even baked beans.
Yeah, now the baked beans, of course, you can get a low salt variety.
And they don't
Look out
taste
for
that different without
No.
having a salt in it. So definitely go for that choice, and it eliminates a whole lot of it.
I mean, the idea is for you to recognise where you have got salt in your diet. If you're looking at that list and saying, oh yes, I do use a lot of gravy granules or, eat a lot of cheese there, you will be getting ample salt, in fact, too much. So that's where you've got to think, already I'm getting it from bread and cereals and maybe the odd ready-made meal, but if you've got it there as well, then you've got too much. You must start to check your nutritional labels. That's the only way you're going to find out about salt, but for the figure for salt per 100 grams, they very, very often have sodium listed instead of salt. Like in this example here, it says sodium 0.8 of a gram. So what you're going to have to think about is multiplying that figure by 2.4, and that will give you the figure for salt.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward, but take time just to sort of memorize that. You don't need to get it exactly right, but it just gives you an idea. I mean, most people will look at this nutritional label and think, salt? There's no salt there. So just to know, sodium means salt, but you're just taking it.
And that particular label was 0.8 of a gram. If you're multiplying by 2.4, that's, it's 2, near enough 2. So actually it's high.
Particularly whenever your intake is 6 grams per day. So it's just like planting that seed of awareness.
So anything over 1.5 of salt per 100 is going to have a red traffic light, and low is 0.3 of a gram or less, and that's going to have a green traffic light. So many of the ready meals that you buy will have an orange or a red traffic light for salt. And it's just a fact that they include it.
It adds a lot of taste to food, but I think that your palate can quite rapidly get used to eating a lot less of it. Again, start listening and listening to your tongue, to your taste buds, and to what your body says about food.
Okay, we'll look at eating out and fast food next.
Great.
Welcome back. I want to talk to you today about eating out and fast food.
It's a difficult one, but a very, very good. Lots of information here to take out with you. prepare yourself for the times that you are going out.
Okay. Do you think it's possible to get a healthy meal at any of those fast food restaurants?
Well, I actually know that there is. I mean, they're not going to be top end, heavy with healthy, but you can. It's totally achievable.
Okay. Let's have a little look. Burger King, first of all this information that you are able to get online. All of the fast food restaurants have to provide it by law, so at any time, if you want to go back to it, just check yourself online. What we have here is a selection of foods that are available at Burger King.
Scary information, really.
It's actually
isn't it?
very scary. There's a lot of information there, and obviously, you're not going to take it all in. But I want you to sort of pick out the thing that you would most often order if you happen to be in Burger King, and let's have a look at maybe some other options. I'm going to look at the double Whopper with cheese first of all. Look at the number of calories. You've got 1,020 calories.
That's mad. That's like 2/3 of your daily intake if you're in the 1,500 calorie diet.
Yeah. The next thing really of that's obvious is the saturates. The total fat of 65, but of that is 25 grams of
And
saturates.
remember what the saturate is. That's hard at room temperature. Isn't that right?
Yeah, and it's going to unfortunately cause the likes of coronary heart disease, high cholesterol. Sodium level there, 1.579. Oh my gosh. You are going to multiply sodium by 2.4, and that will give you salt value. But, 1.5, that is
crazy.
Yeah.
You may as well say 1.6 there.
Yeah, true. Sorry, just getting bogged down with numbers. Okay, the other options, of course, are down the bottom there. You've got things like sweet chili chicken wrap and flame grilled chicken salad. Okay, calories are obviously far, far less down there, but you can also see there that the saturates are now only 2 or a trace, and sodium is actually still really, really high. Fiber there is not too bad. Carbohydrates are quite high. But really and truly, the most important thing here is to say, okay, you can choose better options by looking at the lower calorie and the lower saturates. Salt is one of those ones that in fast food restaurants, they're just
everywhere.
going to add it.
Yeah.
So choose as low as
the
possible.
the lesser evil
Yeah.
that you're looking for.
Okay, so flame grilled chicken salad comes out probably the best there. Burger King sides. Listen, look at the king size French fries.
Oh,
Yes, it's wild. It's 456. So again,
crazy.
a third, a quarter of your daily allowance. Pizza Hut. Okay, with pizza, the biggest thing that you can see there are that the thick crust are all up the top. The highest number of calories come from the thick crust. Then you've got a selection of pans.
I just realised this was actually for one slice.
Just one slice.
I am not a pizza lover at all, but
Right.
I was looking at that and thinking, my goodness, that's actually not as bad as I thought it
No.
would be, but that's actually one slice.
Yeah, tiny. Yeah.
Goodness.
So you pan pizzas are next, but then you've got the thin and crispy, and they're all down below. So again, the very best ones there are at the bottom, but again, you're looking to set. Oh gosh, the saturates are so high again, aren't they? Most of the time.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's very. And it looks so innocent.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
You don't sort of see the fat at all because it just looks like, oh, it's just a nice bit of bread with some delicious topping on it. So
Yeah.
just be aware.
Yeah. So veggie pizza down there is probably the best. McDonald's, well, once again, it's similar to Burger King. Lots of calories up the top with a double quarter pounder with cheese. Again, massively high in saturates. In the saturates, you have to go right down the list in order to see it coming down to 3. So hamburger, chicken, Caesar salad, they're your better options there.
Just keep remembering to multiply the sodium by 2.4. It can be a little confusing, but just as soon as you see sodium, just think 2.4. Get out your calculator, work it out.
French fries there, dessert at McDonald's and breakfast, but look at that dessert. The chocolate triple thick shake, 1,160. Now that is a very large thick shake, I have to say, but
Yeah.
they're good, really. The the breakfast there, the obvious choice would be the egg McMuffin or scrambled eggs.
I've had those. They're actually not not bad. They're quite tasty, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a needs must.
Subway, a lot of people would think as the healthiest option. Well, I mean, you do get some really good salads and things there, but let's look at the sandwiches first of all. The meatball sandwich, the spicy Italian, the Subway melts, they're very, very high in saturates. You have to again go down the list to, well, the roasted chicken breast, that's not too bad. Tuna style with light mayo, it's a wee bit higher in saturates. But again, all of them pretty much have quite a bit of salt. I'd be quite happy, really, if anybody took from about the roasted chicken sort of down.
There's something about it as well. I think that with Subway, you're getting a 6-inch, aren't you? You can choose the whole grain or whole wheat.
The whole
and you
wheat,
feel like it's a full meal, where a lot of people would not think of a slice of pizza as a full meal. They look at eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
So really, I think the Subway in lots of different ways is probably healthier option.
Yeah. I mean, you can make it really particularly healthy. Yeah. The salads, well, again, looking at saturates for a start, meatball salad, just avoid it. Tuna salad, seafood crab salad, all of the rest pretty are quite good. And just an example of cookies as well.
Yeah, we kind of always know that about cookies, aren't they?
And they're huge too. Okay, so in summary, burger chains, you're going to go for grilled chicken sandwich, a veggie burger, garden salad with grilled chicken and low-fat dressing, egg on a muffin, grilled chicken strips, and limit the cheese, mayo, and special sauces. Fried chicken chains, skinless chicken breast without breading, honey barbecue chicken sandwich, garden salad, and limit the gravy and sauces. Subway or sub sandwich chains, 6-inch, not the foot long. Lean mint, so roast beef, chicken breast, lean ham. Veggie sub, low-fat cheese, just one slice, low-fat dressing instead of mayo, extra veggies, and choose your whole grain bread or an open sandwich. Pizzas, you go for the thin crust, reduced fat cheese, veggie toppings, plain rolls or breadsticks, pasta with vegetables in tomato-based sauce, grilled dishes, and always extra portions of veggies.
I think as well, whenever you order a carry-out too, very often you're very hungry and you kind of like launch into it. You're launching into your pizza and because it's hot, you can't wait to get stuck in. But try and remember to keep it slow. You know, taste it, put it in your mouth, feel it, chew it, and probably, you know, you might be satisfied with maybe 3/4 of a Subway. That one piece of pizza might satisfy you. So just remember, keep it slow.
I mean, the fact is that people do eat out, you know, an awful lot more often, but it's just about making better choices when you are.